Yeah, this is a game where San Antonio is hitting their stride a little bit. They've had some, I think, some suspensions and injuries early on, and they're playing more at full strength right now. Their last two games, they were up about 20 points on two conference opponents, and are really, again, hitting their stride. So in this game, we feel like we need to have a mindset the entire game where we're attacking and doing things at a high level for the entire game. They have a great depth. They'll play up to 12 guys. They're playing very, very hard. Overall, they have a variety of youth and experience, but they have the whole team right now playing at a high level in terms of effort. So we know we have to, more than anything throughout the entire season, we're going to focus on what UAB does and how we handle our business, but certainly a team that's playing at a high level, and we're expecting to play at a high level ourselves.
It seems like Texas San Antonio is more of a guard-led team than the previous two. I mean, how do you approach it differently, knowing that they're versatile and backcourt?
Yeah, one of the keys of the game is our ability to defend them in transition, because they will push the basketball and they'll push tempo. And then the other side of that is guarding the basketball in the half court. And early in the season, that was one of the biggest keys to every game early on, and that'll be a big key this time, is 5 guys getting down and guarding their man, eliminating help situations. And if we can eliminate the help situations, it helps us defend a three-point shot. So guarding the basketball against a guard-oriented team is always going to be big.
Few slow starts against Stephen F. Austin in Middle Tennessee. I mean, what do you attribute that to, and how do you avoid that going forward tomorrow night?
I think there's a variety of things to look at. I think not just a slow start, I would say a fast start for them. Both teams came out and really shot the ball well, so defensively we just need to give a little bit more. Challenge shots a little bit greater, have a little bit more energy, a little bit better on our box outs, and incrementally get better in those areas. And I think that message has been delivered to the team, and I'm anxious to see if we can come out with some fire on Thursday. At that point, we just need to sustain it for 40 minutes.
Has that been kind of the response? Has it not just been like, hey, we got through this, or is it more like we can't be in that situation again because it might not turn out that well?
Both messages are delivered. One is that, hey, when things aren't going well, we have kept our composure and then played well. So there's a positive element to that. But the big element that I'm trying to teach the team is, hey, when we struggle, let's adjust. Let's adjust how we start the game. Let's play more effectively. Let's not just shrug our shoulders and say, well, they made a bunch of tough shots. Let's make it so they're not making those tough shots. And so we can adjust how we're doing things, and then also learn from what we did successfully, which is adjust and play better defense later in the game.
William Lee scored 9 of his 10 points on Sunday in the last 5 minutes. Do you think that's can be a spark for him going forward?
I think so. I think with William, he's been playing better and better as the year's gone on. His effort level, his intensity has been good in practice, and in games he's slowly having more and more success. Defensively, he's impacted the game the entire season, and offensively, I think he's getting more comfortable, and a big part of that is going inside, getting to the offensive rebounds, and scoring some inside as well. But I do think his confidence is growing as time goes on.
How much is he a key for your team?
He's one of the keys. I mean, we certainly have a lot of different guys that contribute. Last game, Chris Coakley didn't score a lot of points, but Robert Brown, William Lee, Nick Norton, we had a lot of guys step up, and not just scoring the basketball, but in how they handle the basketball, pass the basketball. So we really do look at this as a team effort and a team focus.
I don't know if you see a difference yet, and I don't even know, it might have been there last year, but it seems like this year, this team is really confident that when they need that bucket late, they're going to get it. I mean, is that a confidence that's different this year than it was last year?
Yeah, I think that confidence grew as the year went on, and I think that experience from last year has carried on to this year some. I do think not only do the guys individually have confidence in themselves, but they have confidence in each other as well. And I think when you see our assist numbers, it's because we trust our teammate. We trust that my teammate's going to make the right play, and if I give it up, there's a good chance I'm going to get it back. But sharing the basketball is a big key to this team, and trust in each other, in each other's abilities. That, hey, my teammate can make the shot. It just doesn't have to be me trying to make the big play every single time.
Jay mentioned 17 straight at home. Obviously, you're 2 off from the record. Just what does that mean to you and what you're building here at UAB?
Well, I mean, candidly, it really doesn't mean a whole lot today. Today the focus is on winning our next game against San Antonio. In the big picture, it does mean something that we're holding court at home. We are building a program. We're building some excitement around Birmingham. The crowds are starting to grow. Our play is getting better. So all those things kind of go into one category of developing the program and growing the brand. So we are excited about that. But we also understand if we want to talk about streaks and and runs like that, we have to handle business on game day. And so, as far as I'm concerned, the team's concerned right now, it's a singular focus on tomorrow's game.
But it's something, I mean, the guys take a lot of pride in that, though. I mean, this is something that maybe is not the most important thing in the world, but it's certainly something they're having fun doing.
It is, and it's great. And and again, as a coach and as a team, and I think they are paying attention to it. It is fun to talk about. It's a nice deal. But the only way we're going to be able to talk about it next week is if we handle business this week. And again, the focus needs to be on the task at hand. There is a sense of pride, both players, coaches alike, that we're doing some good things. And again, everything from attendance to winning games to building the brand to recruiting, all of it ties into the success we're having, especially at Bartow Arena.
Robert, just looking at Texas San Antonio, it's a guard-led team. How do you approach that differently than you would a team heavy in the front court like Middle Tennessee?
I guess we just need to attack them inside more. With a smaller lineup, we should have the advantage on the offensive boards and defensive boards, and just pounding the ball inside with Chris and Ha and Tosin. So just defending their guards in the perimeter and attacking offensively inside.
You've been here kind of since the beginning, obviously 17 straight. What does that mean to you as a player, as a senior in this program?
It's important. It also gives us a lot of confidence knowing when we do have a team here, even if we get to the slow starts like the last two games, that we're in Birmingham and we're in Bartow, and this is our home court, and we've had success on this court, and we just need to do the things that have given us that success.
When you get back to practice after a game like Middle Tennessee, what's kind of the message? Is it just like, hey, that was fun, and we got the crowd pumped up, but we can't just keep falling into that same?
Yeah, that was definitely talked about, not starting off slow and kind of figuring out different things to get us off to a better start, but it was more after that game moving on to the next one. Coach really doesn't dwell. He'll watch a little bit of film on what we need to improve on, but after that win, it's moving on to the next one and focusing on UTSA.
But the message to the players, or I guess amongst the players, is, I mean, that's just not going to cut it.
Yeah, we know not every game we're going to be able to come out and make that deficit up. We're just trying to figure out ways to start off better, and a lot of it has to do with defense, and people are coming out getting the hot starts on us, shooting the ball well, but we just need to do a little bit more to stop them shots.
It seemed like William Lee provided a big spark towards the end of the game on Sunday. Just what does he mean to your team, and how big of a key is his play going forward? Everything defensively, Ha and Tosin are keys to. We funnel everything to them, and their shot blocking, even when they don't block shots, them just changing shots and their rebounding is key to defensively. And just like last year, the only way we were able to make that run and the only reason we're able to win games is on the defensive end, and without them, and especially Ha, the way he's blocking shots, we aren't able to do anything.
Leadership-wise, how hard or easy is it for you being the only senior on the roster?
It's actually not bad. Last year, going to Spain, and especially at the beginning of the year, it was difficult. A lot of the guys didn't know some of the nuances, but as we played last year and as we've gotten more comfortable together, playing with these guys is really easy. They learn, they pick up, and everything, I don't want to say everything, but once we talk about something and discuss something, they're good at taking it and applying it and learning the lesson and moving on to the next. So especially with people like Nick and Ha, they're just as much leaders as I am, I think.
Do you feel a little extra, though, being the only senior? Or do you get the sense Coach maybe looks to you a little more for things like that?
Definitely, especially if things aren't going well and Coach needs somebody to talk to somebody, or he needs to get a message across that he wants to come from a player, it falls back on my shoulder. And I mean, that's a responsibility I do enjoy. Being the only senior, you go to school 5 years for myself to get to this point, but being the only senior, it is something that's kind of euphoric, and it's a good feeling to be able to go in the locker room and have the guys' ear and respect.